So I want to talk here about a problem you might run into when you're uploading your files to the student server. What I've done is in my public HTML folder I've made a little test HTML file with some images, and I've put it onto this public HTML space. But when I open it on the local computer here, I can see the file without any problems. But when I actually go to the address of it, the web address of it, and type it in test.html, I get this funny forbidden message. And if you get this, I'm going to show you how to fix it up. And the problem is with the permissions on the file. So to fix the permissions up, what we're going to do is use an FTP program. And there are actually some instructions and links for downloading an FTP program on the Blackboard site in the Learning Resources in the section about accessing your home drive. If you scroll down to the part where it talks about accessing it when you're not at QUT, there are links to two FTP programs, Core FTP for Windows and FileZilla for the Mac. I'm on the Mac, so I'm going to use FileZilla here. So when you open FileZilla up, you'll get a screen that looks like this, and you just need to type in the details that are listed in the instructions on the Blackboard page. The one we really need is this, which is the address of the FTP server. You put that in here, cif-ftp.qut.edu.au, then you type in your username. That will be your student username, and then your password. And just click connect. And when you connect, you'll see on the right hand side of the screen there's this section called remote site. That's what we're going to be looking at. We don't need to worry about this side. So what you do is click into the public HTML directory and then find the file that you're having problems with. For me it was test.html, and if you look at the permissions for the file, you can see there's some numbers, there's some letters there. We're going to change them. So just right click on the file and then choose File Permissions, and then you just need to tick this one. For public permissions you need to be able to read it. So this is just saying that the public web server needs to be able to read the file, and that's why we couldn't see it before, because the public didn't have permission to read it. So just tick that and then click OK. So now you can see here it's got a little R there. That just means that the public can read it. And let's check it through the browser. If I go back to that forbidden message that I had before and reload it, now I can read at least some of the page. Now you'll see there's still a problem with the image. It's not showing up properly. And the reason for that is I need to go through and change the permissions for that as well. So if I go into the images directory here, and then there's the image that I want, you can see it also doesn't have permission. So right click on that, choose File Permissions again, and then just make sure that the public has permission to read. Okay. And the other thing we need to check is that that it's also possible to access the directory that the images are in. So I also need to click here on Images and File Permissions, and just make sure that this one has Read and Execute, just so that the directory can be opened. I know that all sounds a bit complicated, but basically directories need read and execute, and images or HTML files or CSS files, they just need read permission. So click that, and now if we go back, reload this, now we can see the image as well.